Hey, what's up, y'all? I had to come right back to y'all, Mahogany Sweets. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to talk about another video that I'm late on uploading. Okay, so I'm listening to the Joe Budden Podcast, and Joe Budden brings up the Gabriel Union and Terry Crews situation. And he has some interesting things to say that I am shocked I never even thought of already, right? He brought up some great valid points, so let's get into it. He brings up the Terry Crews and Gabriel Union situation, and he states that when Terry Crews first came out jumping on the Me Too bandwagon, he already had some questions with what Terry was saying while he was on this Me Too tour, right? Begging for attention and sympathy and support from the community, black women, right? So, one of the questions that Joe Budden said that he had back then, but decided to leave it alone because Terry Crews was getting so much support from black women, and he ain't want to, hop in front of the freight train, was that he was wondering, why was it that this white man felt okay, a man specifically, I don't even recall if Joe Budden said white man or not, but this white man felt okay touching your genitalia, grabbing your genitalia in front of your wife, in front of your family, if you wasn't already mixed up in behavior like this anyway, to make that man feel comfortable enough to be that familiar with you. And it was like a light bulb moment. I'm like, yo, he's absolutely right. Why did none of us ever think of this? That was kind of strange. Well, it is kind of strange that this man had no problem touching you in front of your wife, right? So a little bit later in the conversation, Joe Budden and the other fellas from the Joe Budden Podcast has stated, like, she's just his beard. And to me, most certainly, like, once you look at it now for what it is, the only way that this man would touch you like that in front of your wife is if y'all all be getting down like that and everything is out in the open, right? Number two, you nor your wife had anything to say to this man. Y'all did not check him. There was no assault. Y'all didn't press charges against him for that. Y'all didn't do any of that. And it is because his wife is his beard. And then Joe Budden has stated that he had already been hearing things behind the scenes about him being gay for pay, him being down low and out in the open like that, right? So the minute that Joe has stated that, it made me think about what Cat Williams said when he was talking about the mansion parties. And it's like, yo, yeah, Terry Crews be in the mansion parties in the back rooms with Professor Overby, right? So I'm like, wow, like, why didn't any of us even think about that stuff? So the fact that your wife didn't seem to care, you didn't seem to care, not at the time, at least enough to do or say anything then. But then when D.L. Hughley makes a joke about it, you want to threaten him with physical violence. But you up there, I didn't say or do anything because I didn't want to seem like this big, angry, violent black man. First off, you were just assaulted, so you shouldn't have cared. But as Joe Budden stated, that's not the case. He wasn't assaulted. That man is already familiar with you in that way. He already knows how you get down. Your wife already know how y'all get down. And to get them deals, sign them contracts, y'all be at them parties doing that. Basically having orgies and threesomes and all that kind of stuff, right? Because what a lot of people don't know about what the Me Too movement was talking about, they was actually talking about the casting couch. If y'all don't know what the casting couch is, look that up so you can get more familiar with it. But basically, it's entertainers, actors, or whatever, and even singers, rappers, all of them, anything in entertainment. So even in boxing world, they want these deals. They do what it will fall under ritual sex, right? But anyway, they do these deals where they go and on the couch, they do be behind the scenes sexual activity to get casted in roles, to get deals, endorsements, all kind of stuff. It depends on what they want and what the person who can offer it to them wants. But anyway, that's basically the type of situation that he's in. And Joe Budden, like I said, Joe Budden stated that he had already been hearing that he was getting down like that and having behaviors like that to get himself ahead and stay afloat in the industry, right? And when they stated that his wife is his beard, when I look back at what the situation was, yes, that's exactly what she is. She's his beard. She probably his pimp, basically. Like, yeah, you go ahead, get in that room, do what you gotta do, so we can keep getting this money. But anyway, so the conversation progresses, and another thing that Joe Budden and the fella stated was what Terry Crews just did with this Gabrielle Union situation was a direct example of what black women complain about, and it's evidence to it that black women rally behind men, we support men, we defend men, we protect men, which is what Gabrielle and then black women came and did for Terry Crews once he came out and stated that he was assaulted and he was a Me Too victim. Everyone went and rallied behind him. But then a minute we were in the same exact situation, Gabrielle Union specifically, needing support, needing protection, needing to be defended. Not only did this black man not show up on her behalf, he actually showed up to go directly against her. So I love that they brought that to the forefront, that in this situation, it was direct evidence of what black women have been complaining about not being protected and supported by our men, even though with no hesitation, we jumped to protect them, which is why none of us even thought to ask the question that Joe Budden raised, which is, why did this man feel so comfortable to do that to you in front of your wife without either one of y'all showing any pushback to it? You get what we're saying? So I love that he highlighted that, and I hope that it brings it to the forefront of a lot of the men to be like, right, we do need to stand behind our women and protect them. But like he said, furthermore, not only did he not stand up for her, he actually went directly against her. He began shucking and jiving for the white man to do his white overseers, his white masters, bidding for them. They didn't want to have to go and directly try and attack what she was saying. And his behind got up there and said, I will do it. And that's what we call a black person brainwashed by white supremacy, a black person with white supremacy ideology. He did their dirty work for him. He went and basically said that Gabrielle Union was a liar. That's essentially what he did. Like, he basically said, shut up, you're a liar. He said, I have never experienced any of that. I have never seen any of that. It is actually completely opposite. There's tons of diversity there. He just went and kicked her back in, basically, concerning the situation. And it is evidence in him, anyway, that he will not support black women. But then I had to look at the fact he's with a white woman. And he does not want to be associated with his own blackness. He's a coon, and he was shucking and jiving, and he prefers his money. He prefers his connections up there with these white people in the business over his morals and values and standing with his people and protecting his women. Because then he later also came and said he don't have to protect anyone, or as long as he's seen as right in his wife's eyes, he don't care about nothing else, right? And his wife is white, so of course she don't give a damn really about black people. But the other thing that they mentioned was, right, he stated the only person who he has to be worried about is his beard, his wife. And then it raised the question, are men supposed to be responsible to their mother and to their daughters? And I feel yes. Yes, you should. Your job as a father is to protect, to love, and take care of your daughter. And your mother, if she is a single woman, is your job to look and defend her as well. Look after her and defend her as well. So he just dug himself in even a deeper hole of showing what type of character he has and what his mentality is. That you would sit here, the same woman that defended you, supported you, rallied behind you, you turned around and dismissed her, basically said she was a liar and turned your back on her, and then said, I don't owe her shit. Like, on some moral or ethical level, due to the fact she was there for you, you should feel that you do. And then even past that, on some spiritual level, as her, like, I look at black men as being my men. You know what I'm saying? I look at them as they are a part of me. So him as a black man to now look at black women as being a part of him, as being ingratiated in his family, is concerning. And it just further proves that he is a coon. He is a sellout. And he does do white supremacy bidding. And it's sad and it's pathetic. But I love the fact that the Joe Budden podcast highlighted all of these points, gave people things to think about that they might not have considered before. Because as I stated, I never, and I believe the majority of us never even question any of these things or seen any of these things for what they are. So it was just dope to me the way that, I'm telling y'all, if y'all did not hear that, go listen to it, because Joe Budden was going in on him, and it was just hilarious. It was sophisticatedly hilarious how they checked him, how they posed thought-provoking ideas concerning the entire situation, and how they brought it to the forefront. So I just commend them fellas for doing that. And I just think that we need to cancel Terry Crews. Hey, if you love them people so much that you're willing to go against morals, ethics, against culture, against right, for them and for that paycheck, and you willing to bend over for it, then by all means, let them have you. We don't need you or want you. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about the entire situation. What y'all summed up from the interaction between him and Gabriel Union, as well as what y'all think about the things Joe Budden brought to light and had mentioned. Leave it in the comments and subscribe.